So now, Matt, you can scroll down a little bit because we're going to look at that trades and languages box right there.
Yeah.
We get to choose 3 at level 1. You get 3 total trades and languages. So you could choose 3 trades, 3 languages, 2 of... You guys can do that much math, right? So for the sake of ease, I had pre-looked at this list and chose the 2 that stood out to me the most. So I would like to bubble in and write in trades glass blowing and illustration, please, Matt.
Okay.
Doesn't that sound fun?
Yes.
I have a quick question. Are trades available regardless of class or whatever? It's anyone, you can pick from those no matter if you're a rogue or you're a scion or whatever. You can be a glass blower. Is that right? Cool.
Yeah, you got 3 points. You can spend them anywhere. And I will call out that when it comes to trades, you are capped at the novice level like you are with any of your other skills. Languages, however, are not capped. Right. So if you wanted to spend all 3 points in a language so that you can be fully fluent, you could do that. It's all about how you want to flavor your character. There's a million different things you can choose from, and you could choose 3 trades. You could do 3 different languages. You could do a little bit of both like AK is doing. Languages are going to be released a little bit later, but just for fun's sake, we have an idea of what a number of them will be just based on fantasy nerd background.
I always take primordial, so if we'll fill in a bubble next to and fill in the bubble one level bubble. And so I just put NA parentheses primordial on my finished character sheet because it's not quite out yet. But Alan, if you're listening, your girl loves primordial.
I love that there are levels of fluency for
love
languages.
that.
You're not just completely fluent in whatever. Hey, Alan, is there going to be an in-game Duolingo?
Oh!
Because I would like to learn primordial.
I'm speaking primordial.
Or something.
Oh my god.
What was happening? That was amazing.
Holy wow.
I'm sure it sounds something like that, right?
All right. Matt, if you will, please bubble in 1 next to each of those things.
Oh, yes.
To show that I'm at novice. So that's where what Fitz was saying is, if I wanted to, I could take away glass blowing and illustration and bubble in all 3 primordial.
Correct. But you could not take away primordial and add a bubble to illustration.
Right.
Understood now. I'm going to keep it as is just because I like being, once again, a Jill of many trades, master of none. So let's get mildly aware of 3 things. All right, moving on from trades and languages. Is it time to talk about stamina, mana, hit points, mental and physical defenses? Stamina points are going to be for your fighter types. Mana points are going to be for your caster types, and there are some that are a little bit of both. So I'm not going to be focused on stamina today since I am all about overwhelming you with mind blasts. Boom. And so we're going to be focusing instead on my mana, which is a lot higher than 1. How do we figure that out, Fitz?
So first of all, why don't we go ahead and put 0 in your stamina points, because you ain't getting none of that. Now, for your mana points, as a scion, at first level, you get a base of 3, and then you get to add either your charisma or intelligence modifier, whichever one is higher, to that. So since your charisma is a 3, you add that to the base mana of 3, so you have 6 mana points. From there, we can do our hit points. Here's the fun stuff. This is a little bit of a longer calculation, but if you have the alpha, all of these formulas are broken down for you in the character creation and in your class section. So it's not like you need to try to memorize these or anything. These are all in the alpha already. Your hit points at level 1, you get a base of 4, and then it's your character level times 2. So that's going to be plus 2 since we're level 1. And then you can add your might and agility to that. So for you, that's going to be what? It's going to be 4 plus 2 minus 1.
1. So 7.
Okay. So so it's 1, your level 1, plus your might. So that's...
It's actually, it's a 4...
Sorry, base of 4. Yes, sorry.
Character level times 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6.
Is 6, yes.
Plus might is 7, 8.
7, 8.
Plus agility.
Oh, plus agility
exactly.
is minus 1.
Let's but my agility is a -1. So
Right.
if my agility had been a 0, I'd have 8. But since I nerfed myself there, it's a 7.
Love that.
Math, even I can do.
Yes. Not hard. All right.
So now we're going to go to our mental and physical defense. For mental, it's going to be 8 on your base, plus your combat mastery, plus charisma, plus intelligence. Your combat mastery is your level divided by 2. So that's going to be 8 plus 1, and it's rounded up. It's your level divided by 2, rounded up. So at first level, you get 1 point in combat mastery. So that's a 9 plus your charisma, which is a 3, so that's 12.
Yep, 12 is correct.
All right, so now just for your own future brain, you can add what your heavy and brutal thresholds are. We don't have to worry about what those are in the moment, but it's good to have those numbers on the page. So how you calculate that is you just add 5 to the one before it. So your heavy threshold is going to be 17.
22. And this is one of the most fun parts about DC20
Yes.
for me as Combat Gremlin, is the heavy and the brutal. So rolling well serves you right, and I love it. All right. Final is my physical defense, which is base of 8, plus my agility score, plus combat mastery, plus armor bonus. All of that makes perfect sense, right? So that's going to be, just to quickly do this, so that's 8 plus -1, which is 7. Don't write anything just yet.
I won't.
My combat mastery is 8. I'm sorry, is 1 because it's
1.
your level. Yep. So what did I say? So we're now back up to 8. And then my armor bonus, which we'd already decided that I was a gnome. I'm in light armor. That's something a little bit separate. So that brings me up to 9 for physical defense. And making my heavy and my brutal 14 and 19.
Yes, and I'm asking this question. Calculating physical defense is not necessarily easy to do until you figure out, say, inventory and some other things, right? Because this number can be adjusted based on what you're wearing.
Which we
This
are
one,
going
not
to
as much.
do. We're going to do that right now once you fill in the heavy and brutal.
14.
As mentioned, part of the physical defense bonus is that scions get a little bit of armor. You always add, for physical defense, it's 8 plus your agility score, plus your combat mastery, which is your level divided by 2 rounded up, plus your armor bonus, which for scions at level 1, you get 2 things in your starting equipment. Starting equipment is going to get more flavorful later, but right now you have a set of light novice armor and 1 light weapon, which I believe you have already picked.
I picked a baton. Benni, the majorette scion.
Yes,
strong
that's
woman.
exactly what I was envisioning.
Oh boy. I love everything about it. Great, so now we're gonna move into our little combat zone of the page here. That spot with the little d20s, that's just a way for you to track your action points. So we don't have to do anything with those right now. We're going to be looking at the boxes for attack and spell check and save DC, and as well as your martial check. So the attack and spell check is your combat mastery plus your prime modifier.
The combat mastery is 1, as we've gone over. The prime would be 3, so that gives us 4.
Save DC.
8 plus combat mastery plus prime. So basically 8 plus 4, since we already did that, so that's 12. Yep.
And this one is really fun. This one is so fun. How many times as a dungeon master do you say, the player says, I want to do this cool thing. And you're like, oh, that is so cool. Oh, but you're just the clumsiest person. Okay, you can either roll acrobatics or, and here it is right here. It's built in. The martial check is just either athletics or acrobatics. I'm assuming you would pick the highest one, which would be 2 for you, right? Of course. And it's just so fun because then you've got a number that you can really, I want a martial check, no question about it.
Yep.
And then for your attacks, you have your baton attack.
So put a baton there, and then the damage is 2. And type it's thrown with a range of 5 to 15, so I did thrown 5/15. Shall we move up to the exhaustion and death threshold, which Alan had told us about the death threshold. I didn't understand that it was a calculated thing, so I love now knowing that it is and how it's done.
So your death threshold is your hit points or your health points minus your prime modifier. So if at any point you get hurt enough that you go past that threshold, or you dead.
Done.
Yeah.
You done.
So it's -3.
It's -3. And that just means that some people will, when they have a higher prime in later levels, they can survive a little bit longer.
And now your move speed, right now, everybody is considered a medium size, and everybody gets a move speed of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now your jump distance, this one is cool. This is, and these numbers are spaces. How many spaces you can move? You can move 4 spaces. This jump distance is how many spaces you can jump. And that is going to be equal to whichever is higher, your might or your agility. So since your might is higher, you can jump 2 spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo.
Great.
Now, rest points. We definitely are going to talk about rest at some point because it is sick as hell. There's a lot more to it now than just short and long rests. There's everything from a quick water break all the way to you've spent a week in a town resting and recovering, and they all have different elements that are associated with what you get back for that. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and just show you how to calculate your rest points, which it's just equal to your level. Simple as that.
Boom.
So your cap is equal to your level. And right now, she's got 1 because we haven't taken any rest. We haven't even started yet. All right, guys.
Nice.
So now, this is where things are going to get even more spicy, even more flavorful, even more crispy. Okay. Here's where the personalization of what your Scion can really do comes into play. So at first level, AK, you get to choose 1 cantrip and 2 spells. And for Scions, they get to choose from the psychic and enchantment list. The spell lists are going to bulk out, and you will eventually have more options. But for right now in the alpha, that is the list that Scions have access to.
So I will be going with Befriend.
Okay.
You want to list these in the features?
Yeah.
I'm going to do Befriend, Psychic Fear, and do I want Command or Bane? I'll go Bane. I'm going to try to befriend you first, but if I can't get my way with you, that's it. Coming in.
She's coming in a close second.
Then I also get the 4 class features, which are Mind Blast, Telekinetic Shove, Telekinesis, and Telepathy. And that's my Scion. Meet Benni, everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty fun to bring these to life.